Welcome back to Mona Lisa's Masterpieces. I hope that you're all doing well and staying safe. During my spring DIY series, I made a wall sign that was inspired by the Pioneer Woman's spring collection at Walmart. That video has been my most watched video to date, and in case you haven't seen it yet, I will leave the link in the description box below. Today, I'll be making another piece of decor that was inspired by the Pioneer Woman. This one is from her summer collection. Here is a close-up of the inspiration piece which I saw at Walmart. I wasn't able to find a price at Walmart, but I searched online and found a retail price of $19. But I knew that I could make my own sign for much less than that, using items that I already had on hand from Dollar Tree and Walmart. I love the shape and the colors of the sign, but I have never been into summertime, so I knew right away that I would have to change the wording on my own sign. And I hope you'll stick around to see how this masterpiece turns out. The supplies that I'll be using for this project are a hanging wall sign from the Dollar Tree, stencils from the Dollar Tree, and alphabet stickers from Walmart, burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree, and Patriotic ribbon from Walmart, jute cord from the Dollar Tree, dimensional stars from Hobby Lobby, pieces of the tumbling tower game from the Dollar Tree, Mod Podge, wood glue, a ruler, and scissors, chalk paints from Waverly in the colors white, silver lining, crimson, hazelnut, and ocean, paint brushes, sponge dabbers, and painter's tape, glue gun, and glue sticks. This is a sign that I picked up last year and used for Thanksgiving, and I'll be using the back of it. The first thing I'll be doing is removing the twine. Then I'll be applying some painter's tape to the top. I'll use another piece of tape as a spacer. And next to that, I'll apply another strip of the painter's tape. I'll move the spacer to the other side of the last piece. Then I'll repeat that process until I get to the end. The color I'm using here is called Ocean, and it's a chalk paint by Waverly. And this color is called Crimson. While the paint is still wet, I'll take some of the brown paint, which is the hazelnut, and I'll remove the excess paint from the brush. And I'll use a dry brushing technique around the edges and a few spots throughout the sign. And because I got too much paint on the blue, I'll use my blue paint to blend that in. I'll repeat that process until I'm happy with the outcome. Then I'll set it aside to dry for about 20 minutes. I'll remove the painter's tape and set it aside. Now I'll place the painter's tape over the stripes that I already painted. Then I'll continue adding my stripes. Again, I'm dry brushing the hazelnut color onto the other paint while it is still wet. The color Silver Lining is a very subtle gray, so I'm adding a little black and mixing it in. So I'm painting the top of the sign with the gray that I just mixed, and the gray part would be the lid of the mason jar. And while this is wet, I will dry brush it with the hazelnut. I removed the painter's tape. Then I dry brushed a little white over the entire sign. Then I use the other colors to soften the white. I added some more of the black paint to the gray mixture, and now I'm using a small paintbrush to paint lines to look like the grooves on the lid for the mason jar. Because I'm adding dimension to the sign, it's not going to lay flat if I hang it on the wall. So I'm using pieces of the tumbling tower game from the Dollar Tree to make a base for the sign. And I'm making 2 rows of 3 pieces and 2 rows of 2 pieces. I'll glue the 2 longer pieces together side by side. And wipe away any excess glue. I'll turn the shorter pieces on the side, glue them, and attach them to the other piece. You'll notice that the shorter piece is not lined up in the center of the board, and that is so that when I add the second row, it will leave a gap just big enough for me to insert the sign. So I'll set that aside to dry. I placed the alphabet stickers onto the parchment paper, and I'm using the hazelnut paint, and I'm offloading most of the paint, and I'll apply that to the sticker. And this is because I don't have any brown stickers. And I'll repeat that using the white paint. And I'll set those aside to dry. I wanted a different font for the rest of the words, so I'm using a stencil from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just using a few pieces of the painter's tape to hold it in place, and I'm using the sponge dabber to apply the paint. I used a small paintbrush to connect the gaps that the stencil left in the letters. I used another Dollar Tree stencil to apply stars to the bottom of the sign. I used my ruler to position the letters and place them onto the sign. And I applied Mod Podge to seal the letters in. I gave the base a coat of the white chalk paint. And while the white paint was still wet, I dry brushed, paying close attention to the edges. Then I blended the hazelnut paint by dry brushing some of the white on top. After a little more dry brushing, I applied a coat of Mod Podge to the entire sign. I wrapped some of the jute cord around the neck of the mason jar. Using my glue gun on the low setting, I attached the Patriotic ribbon to the burlap ribbon. Then I made a bow simply by folding the ribbon into thirds, pinching it in the middle, and tying it in the middle with the jute cord. I applied the bow to the sign using the glue gun. Then I added a star to the center of the bow. I gave the star a coat of white paint to cover the glitter. Now I'm using the gray paint to highlight the raised edges. At the last minute, I added some Dollar Tree stickers to the base and I applied some Mod Podge over them. Here is another look at the inspiration piece. And here is a reminder of what the sign looked like before we started, minus the jute cord. And now we have a sign that can be used all year round. I'm thrilled to pieces with how this turned out. This is our son Andrew, who is currently serving in the United States Air Force. Andrew, thank you so much for your service. We love you and we couldn't be more proud of you. God bless you, son. So friends, before I close, I would like to thank everyone who is currently serving and has served in our military. Your service is appreciated more than you will ever know. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it inspired you to create your own patriotic decor. I will leave a list of all the items that I used in the description box below. If you haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing to Mona Lisa's Masterpieces. It is absolutely free. Click the notification bell to be alerted when I upload a new video. Hit the like button and in the comment section below the video, let me know what country you're watching from and leave me any questions that you may have. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, smile and create your own masterpiece today.